one of them. Psalms 23 verse 5. Don't prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. God not gonna make you win in front of the one of them.
But where they come from, send it back, send it back. Every evil arrow, anywhere he come from, send it back. If a China, if a Jamaica, if a Haiti, where he come from, we send it back. Turn, reverse the curse, reverse the curse, reverse the order, reverse the curse, reverse the order. Somebody say, reverse the curse, yeah. Reverse the order. Somebody reverse the curse. Reverse the order over Jamaica. Reverse the curse, mighty God. Reverse the order. If a king's house, if a garden house, if a the prime minister, if a the opposition.
What be work out? Don't want like you fast asleep. Reply tell us say, rise and trim your life. Yeah. There's a message on your seal. Kill this man out. Lord God. Hey, but you fast asleep.
Bad company, watch them. Bob Marley did sing a little song. How did it go again? Could you be loved and be loved? And then he have a little line there say, don't make them fool you. Don't make them try to school. Come on, watch them. Paul said they are bad company. Bad company. It's bad company. Watch them.
Time come. Some are got charged for corruption. Oh yes.
Full generation of people in Jamaica, them dance like that. And them a go dance, sir. We have full generation of people in Jamaica, them dance like that. And them a go dance, sir. We have full generation of people in Jamaica, them dance like that. We have full generation of people in Jamaica, them dance.
Every agent of the state, every employee of the state, every state agency, every state department, every ministry must treat our citizens with respect, that they have rights, and the right to life is the most important right, and no one is to be deprived of that right.
Let me be clear to you that this is not the Jamaica that you left 10 or 20 years ago. It is not the JCF that you left 10 or 20 years ago. You will either meet a judge or your maker.
I want to say it loud and clear. We have already started to work with the JDF and the JCF. This will be a military camp if it has to be.
Every agent of the state, every employee of the state, every state agency, every state department, every ministry must treat our citizens with respect, that they have rights, and the right to life is the most important right, and no one is to be deprived of that right.
Let me be clear.
Wanna deal with?
Bribe you to Ross for that you want.
Look, $500 I get.
And you make X with him 500 blood $5.
Right up now.
I make him go vote. He name up there no? I make him go vote.
Stop. Come cross with him.
So down.
You know what the people are doing?
You're not going further with this.
We're going to play it again. Them are people there on social media make nice. Look at them.
Look, $500 you will get.
And you make X with him 500 blood clot.
Right up now. I make him go vote. He name up there no.
No like and share.
Stop. Come cross with it.
So
now.
do.
You know what some people are doing? We're not going further with this.
We're not going no further with one more time.
Bribe you to rat.
Them are the people that are on social media give a problem, you know. I spread and word of misinformation, you know. Look at them.
Look, $500 you will get.
And you make X with him 500 blood clot.
Right up now. I make him go vote. He name up there no. I make him go vote.
Stop. Come cross with it.
So
now.
do.
You know what some people are doing? We're not going further with this.
We're not going no further with it for sure. Chat. We don't know how we and them are going to work it out. When me telling you say, nationwide, radio station forget locked down. And I feel like a joke. Nationwide radio station forget locked down. And Andrew wanna sing the George Davis award for come do this. I want to look on this chat. Look on this, you know. That is why I tell the people them don't Cooper Spencer, them not for come off of the land. None at all. Like Andrew Armstrong go suck out there, mama. Listen this here.
People learn and leave it alone. We need
look,
to
look how sweet George Davis.
It's a pity
Listen to
Kukudu
this.
transition, you know, Nora. Because we could get Kukudu to remix the song. See people learn and leave it alone.
Look at this. George Davis will take a mockery out of the demolition and Jonas go on with you and pretend like I know him. Demolish one house over one 3-day-old baby. And George Davis find it funny for the Prime Minister. A war with his citizen. And they find this land grabbing 3-day-old baby. The Prime Minister take a roof over one 3-day-old baby head. And at this suck Coach George Davis. I saw he make George Davis happy. Look, listen. And I talk about Kukudu should have there for remix it. Eh? Look at George Davis. Think say him somebody true and get to an award for tell lie. Go suck out to mama with George Davis. Remember, you can't go see no pussy. You can't go see. That is why you have to sit down on the couch on Andrew on his vlogging station. Because you can't go see. When you go see, you have to stand up on the boat. Suck out your mother, George Davis.
See people learn and
Listen to
leave
this.
it alone.
And them here, the government have a broadcast to the people in Jamaica. Them a junk, them a shit bagger. Me see you check in, make up yourself. And them a shit bagger. The government have both the Nepal radio station and work. George Davis find it funny. And after Jamaica Labour Party sacrifice Kukudu, him a talk about Kukudu Shadea. And you see them sacrifice Kukudu. George Davis find this funny. I never seen it like this from a born to blood clot.
We need to. It's a pity Kukudu transition, you know, Nora. Because we could get Kukudu
Listen
to
to this
remix
here.
the song. See people learn and leave it alone. Hallelujah. Hi.
It's when the revolution start. All them a pussy on their skin for strip off of them like when like how them do chicken toe, you know. You know them do chicken toe? When them have to put the chicken toe in the hot water, then them pick off the yellow thing off of it. When the blood clot revolution start, I saw this a pussy have to get operate like chicken toe. Say like how them have to dip chicken toe in a hot water to take off the yellow thing. Them a pussy when the revolution start. I said so them for dip in a blood clot hot water and peel off their skin like how they do chicken toe.
And this the pussy will find funny. Look what I'm find funny.
Just outside the hotel gate, the bus stop is here. This is where we're going to find a mother with a 3-day-old baby. Her house was demolished this morning. I understand that this is where she sought shelter, and we're here to see her.
This George Davis a laugh about. Look. So George Davis a laugh about the chat. Look. This Andrew Jones though. Yo, I wanna push out Barabbas giving a man. Why not gonna push out Barabbas to the Jamaican people? Look what Andrew Jones do. And George Davis find it funny. George Davis find it funny. 1 3-day-old baby. The so-called Prime Minister make homeless. And George Davis is for nationwide. I laugh. Him and the look blood clot long maggot dry up one in the corner. The one if you a Cersei Bush. The one if you a Cersei Bush. Eh? The look Marga one look like malnutrition like Cersei. Look just like a Cersei Bush. George Davis find this funny. I want Kukuduko a remix song think you can play for nationwide. But see people and leave it alone. Remember now, and everybody willing to do what you do for money in a George Davis. You have to know, so everybody willing to put them bottom over the counter. Bottom they make put over counter, you know. A food stuff them put over counter, here, brother. So everybody willing to do what you do. Because remember, where the virgin name, Dr. Jermaine Garden. See your boss be a Batman party for ringing the new year. And you remember, are your boss. So obviously, you're going for a members only blood clot invitation ticket. So we know, so we keep on the look about him and party. Dr. Jermaine Garden saying come up a Cliffview's house and see all around. We are fucking look about him and so good in a ring in the new year. So I know everybody willing to do it under the pussy. So when they on TV and they on radio and feel like we don't know nobody. We don't know nobody, John Crow. We don't know nobody. Getting an award for Andrew Jones in a value nothing. Andrew Jones is a John Crow. So if a John Crow give you an award, that is nothing, my brother. Andrew going to politics as a John Crow, you know. And him in there 10 years odd. And him still a John Crow. Nothing no change. A John Crow will always remain a John Crow. Put him in a suit, him still a John Crow in a suit. So get an award for Andrew Jones, George Davis. Go suck out your mother. You know mean nothing. I talk about see people and leave it alone. Why you not tell Andrew Jones to see people and leave it alone? Why you not tell the kill this boy, kill this Prime Minister boy when I come from Norway? We are pissing a chimney and go dash in an outside toilet. Him and his sister and his mother will never have in look of worthless mama. Worthless blood clot mama. They live in a 1 bedroom, then it's a 2 bedroom house. Worthless mama. In what is blood clot mama. We never could have never half acre land in blood clot worthless mama. Never achieve in a fair lifetime until Michael Manley set up it so she could have get a house. Yeah, come talk about see people and leave it alone. Daddy, if you go suck out your mother.
Your house smashed down?
No, they don't mash it down.
I see it? Okay. But you had to come out?
Yes, that is.
See the Prime Minister today, 3-day-old blood clot baby. And see, you think about this, yeah? At the shower pass the gunman them, put the baby in a bath, you know. At the shower pass the gunman them put the baby in a bath because the government lock up the baby father to go mash down the house. The government of Jamaica lock up the baby father, capture them lock up, then capture the blood clad baby father and lick down the woman house, lick down their house. And the gunman will pose both they have said job and the gunman them will labor right gunman them. I said labor right gunman Andrew Jones the use of a Bernard Lodge.
I said labor right gunman use down a Cooper spend Trelawney. You know deaf? And the bumbo clock gunman them put the baby in her bath.
Everybody is kind of expecting this point.
Very bad. Very, very bad. This is wickedness. It's a wickedness. God knows this is a wickedness. 3-day-old baby. This is a wickedness, man.
Evidence of this insensitivity that has been demonstrated this morning. You come on the eve of the morning, right before people will wake up, and you come with equipment and you demolish people without notice. And I said earlier, this against the background that we are giving homes to over 10,000 despicable human beings from the US deported here. We're accepting them here, we're giving them home. Rapists, pedophiles. But Jamaican...
And then can't come in there. I tell Andrew when I say then can't come in there. Jamaican people want to prepare for war. Island-wide war. No 10,000 criminal Andrew. Make him go put them in a mama. Tell him to go pack up the 10,000 criminal in a ma.
Have no home. Look at it. 3-day-old baby. Displaced under a bus stop.
This is the bus stop outside of a hotel here in Trelawney. And this is where this mother with her 3-day-old baby has sought shelter following that demolition exercise this morning in the Cooper's Bend area of Trelawney. These are some of her belongings here that were thrown out of her house, and she's now under this.
I gunman them do that. The gunman them where Andrew and him have a ground with sledgehammer and let young people house. I gunman them. Chat, I have a strong feeling, says the chat. You see, all of those guns, we're coming at Desmond McKenzie constituency in an industrial water heater. If he said then going to issue to these brethren we have the sledgehammer. Because Desmond McKenzie did vow saying he will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. And when about a week after that, how much gun coming in constituency in an industrial water heater, and the news just dead out. And these fucking criminal where government have a lit down people house, and them they issue gun them too. And them they issue gun them too. And Jones come out and threaten the democratic process and threaten the people and threaten Jamaican city. The boy pussy old prime minister boy for charge for treason for true, you know. The bumbo clock Batman come out and talk about if a war, you know. The pussy old forget us some kicking and batty before he get locked up. The boy forget some Timberland kicking and blood clot batty before he play handcuff in a handcuff. When the police them handcuff him blood clot, him forget some Timberland kicking and batty. And when he drop a kick him in him blood clot nose. Make him pitch up on him back. Make him pitch up on him back. Then take him back and say, kneel long bumbo clot boy, kneel long. Where I drop as a weak, kneel blood clot down. And kick him over again, make him drop on the head back.
Bus stop just outside the gates of one of our hotels here in Trelawney. So we are walking through Cooper's Bend right now.
See my murderer.
Patrolling the area. We're just
the man sit quiet pan police go kill one youth in our house and talk about shootout. After a youth go open the door let in 22 blood clot criminal police.
Ended abruptly.
And the police them a disturb the camera in our people them house. And nothing come out of the blood clot case.
Strong detachment of police watching.
The so-called DPP. A DPP a drunk. Which DPP? Man, DPP a dog shit.
Pick up the pieces.
Which DPP? No DPP that Jamaica.
Demonstration.
Which DPP? A blood clot drunk shit house. Which no blood clot DPP in that Jamaica. Which DPP? Andrew Wallace blood clot puppet. Which blood clot DPP? Which DPP in blood clot? Let's say a shit bag that. Ceremonial blood clot skettle.
This is some of what happened here this morning in Cooper Springs, Trelawney, just along the North Coast Highway, close to Burwood Beach. We will have more on this in subsequent newscasts. More and more.
See what blood clot government are doing in our country, eh?
Devastation from
this come like I want blood clot tornado pass through yourself. I know tornado. I blood clot government I tornado. And so could George James going to talk about the people. I've new Falmouth Resort. I want tricky bumbo clot dummy company. I want tricky blood clot with that. Hey, Andrew Bumbo clot Batman Wholeness. We collect much money from Canada and America to promote batty fucking in our country. The fucking shitbag to love money and take money with bumbo clot dog shit. To love money and take money from blood clot America to promote batty fucking in our country. And he also take it from Canada to promote batty fucking in our country. Yeah, which we kind of prime minister this. And then double down on himself, you know, the one platform. And a parliament they say a man is a man and a woman is a woman. Like a woman fool. Fee bottom over account a long time for Siaga days. Now which man that they write it since I go collect money for promote batty fucking. Eh? Just the sight of that. Eh? Just the sight. Just for somebody approach you, even if you utter that to you, that will get you pissed off. Much less we go collect your money. A batty bumbo clad prime minister, you see them put on a green shirt and a chair on. So they want to go fuck them look about in Jamaica in a open. That is why you see all of them a campaign for Andrew. Because the Samoa agreement, I hit the license for all of these batty fuckers a campaign for Andrew on this. The Samoa agreement is their license for coming in the public and fuck batty and look can't do them. Nothing for do them, the police are going to lock up on a blood clot.
I'm hearing more than 50 families. And
this
is
so Andrew wants to do the blood clot people then.
Of the action this morning.
I think it up so. It is in the listen.
Tap the screen, people share live.
Harris Strong say him now go to prison. He can't go to prison. But one thing me know for sure, me see the baddest of the baddest man. 6 man bring them back. Me see the baddest of the baddest man. A 6 man I bring them blood clot back. With flowers on top.
They need to put hands and heart together. You see me? Because I work team. Now one man can't do this and not 2 man. Everybody has to come together. You have to make it work. You have to have a body. You see me?
As you think about this and how we burn and hurt me feeling, chat. Harris Strong is nothing but a little stray dog from China, you know. Harris Strong is nothing but a little stray dog from China. And that burn me in a chat. Eh? How can the Jamaican citizen allow this little stray dog from China? I tell police we show to kill. I don't come talk about him can't go to prison. No, sir, I must prank. This is a half a prank. This is serious.
Serious man.
And nobody run them a serious joke here, sir. This is a half a joke.
When you get damaged. That don't mean no good. Alright, Strong come here yesterday and tell them that they must take up their tent and go on. Alright, Strong said him now go to prison and bad this thing come here for. He said him now go.
And chat, just like when Harris Strong tell the police them to kill off Jamaican people, ask question after, and then I try double down on that. After and go threatening people them, you know. He go upon George Davis and a double down. I try to twist. I try to set a different narrative. After I'm going to go threatening blood clot people them. Eh?
A matter of fact, somebody call in a hot and want to just come let off some steam. So I'm going to just let go the floor and make them call it off the steam. Pass the rest and make them let off the steam. Talk your mind, TV. Just talk your mind.
Bless up yourself and to your listeners. Me there go home in the traffic. I have to call them and I love how you're going to fire upon them. Always listen to your program.
No trouble.
I tell you, man. You see the Governor General with the down there? Me say they need for go up the theme.
Of course.
He not allow all of this to go on in the country.
He's still going to preside over all of this.
Here, the minister, they were in swearing, right? You know, good man, the people, them. And them are going and bother the people, them. Who is always trying to go and rat? Who is that man?
And that no one to know too.
No, you tell the people, them, in trial or prison. So what kind of country we are on?
Me say hurt my heart. Me say how my dad work. He come like a bird me down.
Listen to me, me say talk about the same thing I reach me. Me say from the whole situation go on with the people them house. Me say it's like me not an appetite.
Me say me stress.
Me feel so sick
yeah,
in my
man.
stomach.
Have a down feeling.
And then me hear the one idiot Brennan Jones Davis a last night.
Can you believe this? Can you believe this?
Yes, me say the people in my people in the country.
Jesus mercy God. Me say
Why
me
you
stress
shut
out
up
man.
and them the online and come and talk up and mouth and chat all bag. Me never listen to them people, you know. If only not play a little snippet of them, really hear them.
I just say look a
And I don't listen to them.
Jesus mercy God. Me say me stress out man. Sometimes I'm not come live sometime. I'm stress out man.
Mighty God! Me say every day, me say me dey over here man and me say, in America, me say every, me not woke up on a Jamaican, we say Andrew Fit dead. Me not lie to you.
Jesus
Me
mercy.
not woke up on a Jamaican and say, yo, I ramp them around for him down there.
Me say.
Me a tell you talking man. Me say me eat the man. Me say I can't stomach the man. And then when the people in done, they make the man go sit down there and talk with them. And him a come and tell them about him see the baby with the 3-day-old baby. Me say, you know how.
The man sit down in front of them.
Talk to the man there.
The man sit down in front of them and say a lucky thing say never did issue out the hurricane Melissa release because me say AI them man, AI. In a real AI.
Oh, could I feel good? You know, so them people in the country, the country area, them, when the mother do these things, stuff. This man, them people in the land before him, mother and father, they go start think we have him.
But see, thing about this, so me heard about Andrew and his mother never get a half acre land of fair life, you know.
Exactly.
I remember say when Andrew and his mother, a young girl, you know, the time easy to get piece of land. Because Michael man did make it easy. But through Andrew and his mama worthless. That is why I'm after him got it look all house on 56 Cumberland Road, you know. And their house there, anybody could have lived in their house there.
Me say man.
We get a thief, you know. We're going and we host student loan them to put in name in a glean.
Yo, me say man, me say I never feel so in all my life. I never feel so for member of parliament. Honestly, I'm not the prime minister, you know. Because the Paul Buchanan filing at the court for them void the election result for the seat.
Anyhow.
You think Andrew do?
Anyhow.
This is the last try this, you know. Andrew do everything with him.
You see, if you never put the gag order, he wouldn't do it right now.
Yeah, man.
He wouldn't do it right now.
Right.
And the gag order save him.
Yes. The whole of them MP, the whole of them guilty, the whole of them free. Me say I don't Bobby Montague him. Yo, me say I can't stomach
Bobby Montague said the 13-year-old girl I blackmail him.
Oh, him combine make a 13-year-old girl a blackmail him.
I never hear this from
the next minister him. What the minister name again? The one where they say in charge of Minister of Justice.
They're right, Chuck.
Me say him. Me say they need to hang them. They need to drag them around the 14th parish.
Of course.
One car back. And when they done the car, they go in the square and wet them up with kerosene and light a fire under them.
Them are people have to come out. Them have to get rid of them people. Them are people are dangerous.
Them have to get rid of them. Let me tell you, man. You hear what I'm going now?
defense.
When him backside, he take up himself. Because right now, you have to say JDF sell out, I'm saying if you're the soldier, they don't get
Of course, them are going to
them. Because
I'm going to go to Iber and Ture.
Any which part America war now, the JDF, them better prepare now, say Andrew sell them out,
And Andrew.
Any wish, and right now, Iran, nobody said the Hamas,
No.
And it make Trump over here, he come like a chicken in out the hatch now,
But then, you're saying hi the other day.
Yes.
Curious to go.
That's starting out in a food truck and
food Charlie.
Yes. Me tell you, talking about some serious things. I say because they say they're going to lose the war, and then they don't want to see them, so they don't forget them as casualty.
Them are going to send the Caribbean soldier, them go dead off. In the meat grinder.
Yes. Because over here, remember say, election will come up for Trump over here, and you look upon him,
But nobody in ratings drop down way down.
In ratings gone right down. You understand? And the whole thing to the whole COVID thing with the man over here, Fassi Harriman name.
And
tell you all the scandal going over here.
People are coming.
And America will lose its reputation.
And
so
they
they run down to the Caribbean now. Which Caribbean country ever fight them the kind of war that America can put themselves in with Israel? But Israel, we have genocide and kill off Mary, Madam Pitney. And then the people Andrew will stand up himself with.
Then you see them have the Pegasus down there.
Then the people, what you thinking? They thinking kill about the people of Jamaica? That is why he come out and tell them about it. He apologize. And he's sorry for this and sorry for that. And the idiot people go out and put the man in a power.
Alright. How can a man I beg forgiveness for the unborn?
Exactly.
The unborn, you must not beg forgiveness for the unborn.
For the unborn, what kind of sin you could have come against the people and so?
That's the unborn.
The unborn could have do to you, so Andrew.
But
you apologize for what you're going to do to them.
He goes far enough. He goes far enough. You see, alright, you see, labor right vlogger them when you talk for him, them living in the diaspora. Look what did they know? The Prime Minister also sorry for the people them in the diaspora.
Yes! Jesus, yes! Me say, if Jamaicans don't rise up in a man, then they realize say,
them back is against the wall. Remember,
against the wall.
The justice system against them. As slave and Jonas are turning back in a
exactly, when they go all different country. When they're ready to fling it out, I said in America right now, the people have green card around from them same way.
Alright, you know what Andrew plans to do? You know what Andrew wants to plan to do with the help of Israel? Capture Jamaica into a republic because he no one got prison.
Absolutely. See that me saying going to go Ambody with Babsy Green, she that next witch. The only thing she needed is a broom.
Remember say Babsy Green, if you can't tell we all of them money when get in from in a COVID, you know. Babsy, chef, come tell you about them money there, you know. Yeah, the Zara Burner asked her about it. She said she thinks she would explain it again if she forgot to explain it again. We need to know what's going with the money.
But see, listen me man. Me tell you know what the Jamaican people need to do right now? Every constituency supposed to meet with them MPs.
Right now.
Everybody supposed to pressure them MP them
right now.
Because we are family members down there, they're not at papers for land. You understand me? And they live on land before me born. And they are 30 and I go 40 soon. You understand?
When my man say, even they said sit down, you know, the man say, land with people depend over 100 years. That means, and the man say, this exercise is going to continue across the island.
Yes. But the demolition go down with the people and say, the demolition crew coming back. When I tell you, say, you have so much questions for us, man. I don't want to put a program coming where you're going to fire.
Yeah. But
if it is that,
call him tomorrow. What you know? Be a regular caller. Just be a regular caller. I like your energy too, because I like the fire where you're born to.
Oh, yo, me say, man, them people is right up from gunmen, man. Me say, I change no more. Me say, them people make all innocent people want them gunman for them. You know?
Remember, you know? You see, I see him blood clot shower Posse gang, the government have it on the house of a burn and mad. And at the same blood clot shower Posse gang, they have done a Cooper spin.
Yo, working at the shower Posse never ever ever get rid out of Jamaica.
Never
Never ever get rid out of Jamaica. So I'm fine and farm up back now. Drunk from where they lit down the people of us. Me say, I want the people them style where them come from. Because at them people Andrew Holness have put out a night time to kill innocent people.
I just afford
criminal activity and give them gun. It's so much gun coming in the country, nobody know about it all. I know what I eat.
I remember CTAC I sell drugs, you know. I want to sell it for almost the government.
Exactly. When me hear the scandal going up for dead man by gun.
2,000 ammunition. Irish Strong come out and say support Shane Darling.
Shane Darling, yes.
Irish Strong say support him. When them a call for Shane Darling resign, Irish Strong say support him, but member squash father the depend we in lonesome and talk about Irish Strong file.
Yes. Okay, see, and that's why I'm going to sign the department award deal, you know.
Alright.
Because
me not cut
get my visa for running back, you know, because
he can't run in. He can't run in. He can't run in. He can't run in because Marcus Garvey never did prophesy, so I'm not going to run in. He said, but I'm going to run out of the place guys see.
Yo, Mr. Man, I changing. So we want to know now, when nationwide, and the whole of them are vlogging and they don't know where they come talk about the property they belong to Mark Gordon and Peter Bunting. And the court record them come release on the affidavit, it shows the PMP that try to buy the land to help the people. Let's come out and say misinformation. And look up in social media blogger them.
I remember Andrew Holness say, yeah, some people in Jamaica, anything you tell them, they believe. And at them the people say, insane want. So at them the people they nationwide I talk to you, the one that Andrew want to say anything I tell them believe. When I hear them talk them fuck with it, at them the people them a cater for. And them hey. You see, me from last year, I tell the labor right them saying, see if you not put in back Andrew Holness, no for enough to go runway when the pressure start. I tell them no for them to go runway, you know.
Okay, man, I say, man, I change and know, man. I say, my heart bleed, man. I say, the idiot people, them go cook back this criminal. Even though he fight himself and take the election, you know. And all comes through and did it, so one go with them court case.
Even the judge, even the eye. Remember them kill out.
I didn't see anything JPS going to calculate on the people.
Yes, remember, them have sharing. They have sharing at JPS, you know, remember, you know. I remember them overnight Darrell Vance saying want to release money to JPS, you know.
Yes.
In a night.
My God.
I remember them have shares tonight, you know. Them are manipulate, you know. And now them not come tell what happen with the island wide blackout, you know. You know, how them people even in a dignitary office. You know, but you see, as a Mark Golding say from the head power up, you know, you expect nothing from the bottom, you know. Mark Golding want the people them, you know. Mark Golding tell the people them say the elite is backing Andrew Holness. Because me tell the people them say, you know, you see, people them look say white people that are colonizer. We understand that, but you see, Andrew Holness is a colonizer them. Andrew Holness is like a breadfruit, a roast breadfruit. I'm tell you how colonizer this guy himself. And from long time, me discover this. Colonizer are investor. It's the investor who come in your country, and them are the colonizer. Yes. And them are under these guys and under these guys. And them are the blood clot colonizer. When I hear about the 21 family in Jamaica, check if they don't have different business. And them are the blood clot colonizer. Alright, watch this. You see the man them are carrying, as the big man them are coming with the big car parts and the car and something where I sell these parts. Them fund the government one whole heap of money. We pay the government for fix the road them. Them pay them for fix the road them so the car them can mash up so the parts sell.
A business art. A long time I said them things that I came. A long time I
investor, the colonizer. Look at the corruption sweet them. Because two of them make money.
But you see the longer them have Andrew Holness a sign off one bag of things and I tell out the country saying gone in the NHT money and take out too much millions out of NHT.
And how involved. Remember I say involved, you know.
Alright, another thing, you see him have a Rocky Mead side and you think that boy the name Rocky Mead are not good somebody? That dirty germs crosses cross like man. You know much things on the Listen, when you hear about the woman who in charge of JDF now? Nobody know about she? She's still in charge of JDF, and she just a pawn to JDF, just like how them have idiot. But she name favor Williams, or favor whatever she want name as finance minister, right? She not run the finance ministry.
No, Andrew, remember say Siaga playbook you have now.
Alright. Right now, the country right now is in a recession. Yesterday, me I listened to Portland Spice. And me
Julian Robinson.
Say, right now, the country, the debt to GDP, I must have, 7.5 or something like that. Right now, the country will go through a recession. And Andrew Wallace not talk about that. He might use all of them something as distraction. Right now, let's say Andrew Wallace are coming with some laws and it make no sense. Because he don't rape the country. He spend much for hospital when I go away. Christopher Tufton just take money and mine in Benz for any girl. Right? Them not spend the money on the country the way they're supposed to. The country. Out of education ministry, really there. When they kill them behind the walls. Look how much things are going on in the country.
Remember
and somebody not talk up.
The real Andrew Wallace now.
Of course, God. Remember say Andrew Wallace didn't know before he gave it.
Then Andrew Wallace take thief money, man.
In teaching the tricks.
That is why.
In teaching the tricks.
That is why.
Let
me tell you, Jamaican people say, see, when the politician them fuck with taxpayer money and the justice system don't give it justice, so if you take with personal justice with them, anyway they live for go on them down and murder them bumbo clad.
Yo, me say, even the police them and
Marcus Garvey say, if you take care of them, pay them good. And when them thief taxpayer money, they for dead.
We don't expect them to do right that way. We don't expect them to send me up and put us at the way so we ancestor them fight to Alpha. When Paul Morgan and Nani and all of them people that fight for the country, what's for Andrew Wallace and his thinking woman in there? Where them did there? Where them family blood run? Where them did there?
The thing about what burn me too about this thing, you know, the young and reckless parliament, you know. The blood clot, big foot woman did a want market girl, you know.
Me say talking man, me say she's under a class night. Cause I could have never lived with a man like that. It take only a dirty drunk or shit in a plate, nastiness. Play them with a man like that. So she's not much better than him. Because as a wife, you're supposed to represent your husband. As a husband, you represent your wife. If your wife is a nastiness, you're a nastiness. If your husband is a nastiness, you're a nastiness as the wife. Just like if a woman go take up a pedophile.
But
if you go take up a pedophile husband, what kind of wife you're going to be with a man like that? So if she can do dirty Andrew like that, she's just like him.
But Juliet look like she's transgender. She look like. No, she look like transgender, you know. We don't trust them, you know.
No, man, remember say she have 2 Batman son them, man. That's a go on.
We don't sure, you know. We don't sure, you know.
We don't. Not them people forget. When me tell them, man, you see Andrew? You see you, Andrew? Me say, man, I want them drag you around the 14th. Alright. If it tie you.
You remember Andrew Wallace about himself?
Bless up yourself, man. I don't want to listen to your program.
Before you go, you remember Andrew Wallace about himself?
Oh, Snoopy?
Yeah.
If you want to live in dream, man, the man saying destiny after they be assassinated by one of his many enemies, man. I'm dreaming of it right now, man.
And Marcus Garvey said the youngest.
In front of the firing squad. But remember Horace Strong did chat up in mouth where they talk about the people. Somebody go down with them and talk about them to carry them out and bush at over there.
Over there,
this conversation there.
I the type of Jesus mercy. Over there, one go. Alright, me go play one video with Andrew Wallace and more if you listen it. Look more.
Yeah, man, me tuning, man.
Me go play one video with Andrew Wallace. Listen it. Chat. We're not going no further with this. The labor right, them a ball out, everybody a ball out. Andrew Wallace plan to sacrifice him. I now go down, I blood clot, go down in that. Now tell him that. Now go down. Under no circumstances. Now go play something with him, chat. Holy sir. Now go play something with the criminal prime minister boy. Listen to this, yeah.
We know many of the things
that
must be done to move Jamaica forward. Increasingly, the decisive question is not whether we have a plan. We have plans.
We have many plans. Some of them are paperweights. Some of them are in files. Some of them have dog ears because we're constantly doing them.
Isaac said context.
No. Can we?
Isaac said context matter. I want you to listen to the Prime Minister. I want you to listen deep into what he say. Listen to the words them.
Execute the plans that we have.
Listen.
That is the real question. Execution. Notice I have not used the word implementation because implementation has a certain euphemism to it. I like the word execution. It has a certain edge and hopefully a sharp edge to it. Can we get things done? Can we translate policy?
Wanna listen to this guy here? Wanna hear what man say? This is a wicked motherfucker, you know. And this is ordained. This he have to wicked like this in order to fulfill what him put in the atmosphere. Cause remember, Snoopy utter say him ambition to become a politician. And him say him destiny is to be assassinated by one of his many enemies. I never hear nobody talk like that about themselves. So like from the day him born, like a film journey this year. For just born and be the Prime Minister, be a fucking thief, and just come fulfill Marcus Garvey prophecy. I just the way them see it, but I'm going to play it again. Just listen to the word them chat. Very dangerous guy. Very dangerous guy.
Done to move Jamaica forward. Increasingly, the decisive question is not whether we have a plan. We have plans. We have many plans. Some of them are paperweights. Some of them are in files. Some of them have dog ears because we're constantly reviewing them. The decisive question is now, can we execute the plans that we have? That is the real question. Execution. Notice I have not used the word implementation because implementation has a certain euphemism to it. I like the word execution. It has a certain edge and hopefully a sharp edge to it. Can we get things done? Can we translate policy into action? That's the real question. Can we move from cabinet decision to implementation? From budget allocation to a completed project in time, at scale, efficiently, and effectively? That is the real question that we're faced with today. Can we move an investment proposal to a groundbreaking in months rather than years? It pains my heart when I see the lovely plans come to me and they show me the lovely architectural drawings, and then I say, when is the groundbreaking? 3 years from now. Frustrating. From program announcement to measurable improvement in the lives of ordinary Jamaicans. We have announced so many programs, so many great programs, but to actually put it together, to get it executed, to see lives transformed, that is the challenge. Of course, the other part of the question of can we execute, I'm constrained to add effectively, efficiently, accountably, and at the pace demanded by a rapidly changing world.
Chat, in our spare time, I'm going to listen it back. I'm going to look for the video and listen it. Though I don't want to hear him talk. If I don't get it yet, I'm going to listen it again and see if I get it. And then make a reason upon it. Saying, but I'm going to play this.
The Negro who lives on the patronage of philanthropists is the most dangerous member of our society because he is willing to turn his back on the flock of progress when his benefactors ask him to do so. Garvey continues in the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. No race in the world is so just as to give others for asking, a square deal in things economic, political, and social. So what is Garvey talking about here? Garvey is talking about, first and foremost, our leaders that are willing to sell us out and pretend that they're selling us out in our best interest. What he's talking about are these leaders who take favors, who get benefits from those who they give our resources to. Can you think of any case in Jamaica today, in August of 2026, where our leaders, or we are seeing where our leaders have corporate deals, or they're quote-unquote builders or developers, or they make their large landholders? Are we seeing any kind of examples of this in Jamaica? Of course we are. Garvey, from 100 years ago, was telling us about these kind of leaders. And he was also telling us that not only do they make deals with foreign countries where they become beneficiaries, because these foreign countries are now their benefactors. These foreign countries do things to benefit them, right? Whether it becomes an apartment that they hold, or all of a sudden they have large swaths of land, and they'll tell you that their children are the developers of these housing complexes, or these housing apartments, or these pieces of land, whether it's in Kingston and St. Andrew, or it's in St. Thomas. Garvey was warning us about these traitors and sellouts, and he was letting us know the danger that they pose to us here in the future. This is a banshee's siren scream all the way from the 1920s and the 19-teens. And he was talking about these leaders today. And he's not just talking about these business deals. Remember, he says philanthropy. And if you notice, some of these, especially, let me be specific, some of these hoteliers, some of these bankers, some of these ambassadors, they are called philanthropists, right? You have stuff which they create. They take our own funds, such as in the TEF, Tourism Enhancement Fund, and they give us crumbs and tell us, encourage us, and even teach the weaker minds among us how to feast on scraps and to ignore the buffet table of our provisions, things that we provide. So Garvey was warning us about them. He was warning us about those who will become ambassadors and viziers to our well-being. He was warning us about those who will put in the Senate, who are bankers. The Jamaican Senate has people who are functioning, operating bankers and CEOs of banks to govern over us. So they have a vested interest in our being in debt, in our poverty. It's not prosperity. And anyone that thinks prosperity happens in a vacuum and think that prosperity can benefit only a few while poverty benefit the many, you are lost, you're confused, and you're not to be taken seriously. And Garvey is telling about these people, these sellouts, these traitors. A matter of fact, if I can find it now, I think he has further information on these sellouts in the Philosophy of Opinions. I have highlighted it some years ago. I think it's page 29. The traitor of other races is generally confined to the mediocre or irresponsible individual. But unfortunately, the traitors among the Negro Negro race are generally to be found among the men highest placed in education and society, the fellows who call themselves leaders.
Garvey, tell me about this pussy old boy, Andrew Wellness. Garvey, tell me about this guy. But listen to this, sir.
Colonial project is alive and well, and it is at its most dangerous, and we Africans must smell the coffee. If we don't, they are going to continue to interfere. How else do they interfere? Through NGOs, Danida, CEDA, UKAID, USAID. These are Trojan horses that are introduced into our countries for the purpose of influencing our processes, and they infiltrate our institutions. Remember, It is no longer just Europe. There is a new scramble for Africa. The Chinese are here. The Turks are here. The Qataris are here. And the military bases that you see here is telling you that if you don't behave, we are going to use force. Sometimes I wish that we too had a nuclear weapon, because that is what Europe and America understands.
We're going to jog on the memory with something. We're going to jog on the memory with something. Listen to this, sir.
Jamaica once hosted a major United States military base during World War II? If this is new, comment new, and follow Jamaica Rewritten for more. In 1940, Britain was fighting for survival. German U-boats were targeting Allied ships across the Atlantic and Caribbean. Supply lines were under threat, so Winston Churchill made a deal with Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was called the Destroyers for Bases Agreement. The United States gave Britain 50 destroyers. In return, Britain granted the United States 99-year access to land across the Caribbean. Jamaica was part of that deal. Without local consultation, the United States chose Clarendon and built Vernon Field. This became one of the major American air bases in the Caribbean. From Jamaican soil, U.S. forces patrolled for German submarines. They protected key shipping routes across the region. A naval facility was also established on the Goat Islands, supporting operations in Kingston Harbor. Jamaica became a key strategic point in a global war. But here is what most people do not know. The agreement was set for 99 years, up to 2039. It did not last. After World War II, the need for these bases declined. By 1949, the United States had closed both Vernon Field and the Goat Islands facility. Control returned long before the agreement expired. Today, Vernon Field still exists in Clarendon, largely inactive. But during World War II, it played a critical role in Caribbean defense. If this is new, comment new and your parish.
And it took up play a critical role in World War III. Goat Island did used to, and Vernon Field, you know that. And because World War III fight right now, the next 10 years from now, next 20 years from now, them are going to report about it. But a World War III going right now. And don't be stupid. And after World War I, World War II, the world go through major change. After World War I, the world go through major change. World War II, the world go through major change. World War III, I have to bring in the 2030 agenda, the New World Order. One world government, one world currency, one world religion. What you ask me, Bridget? You want to say something to Andrew Honest? Alright, so what you ask, sir?
Tuesday morning, motherless, when I know breast, boy, you God bless. Yeah, man, every one of them will go up there and lick on the people and place to go to prison. Every last one of them. I don't care for labor right place and lick them or not. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the politics, it's about Jamaica. Them to go to prison. All of them. And if you push out Alibaba and the 40 thief and give black people, give him to black people. The bomb buckler do, the black people get some satisfaction. And the bomb buckler do, the bomb build smart city. A sex in the city, man. Him smart, eh? He make no smart decision for the last blood clot 5 years, eh? Him smart. I tell him himself the country with Uno United and still a blood clot get up and go lick down people place with him. And a clown. Black people need to stand up and fight him fist to fist if you need to. You understand? I'm not checking on the bone, can't come out. Come blood clot lock down the country. I want him to see now we move on him knee now. Oh yeah, the joint on him face next. The bomb clot there. And blood clot all crosses, boy. The blood clot mother womb curse, boy. And blood clot. And that's why you pick them at the worst, boy.
Everybody discuss you, Yeah, man, everybody discuss you. Here we labor writer say again. Hold on, more start it from the ear. Because we have to hear this.
Mr. Vegas, you know how it feel when you have your mother and police come and take your mother from you? You know how it feel?
Black Beauty,
Mr. Vegas, you know how it feel? You're there in your house lay down with your woman and picnic, and police come kick off your door and take you out, beat you for nothing at all, lock you up. You know how it feel? You know how it feel when police kill your son and you know personally yourself, so your son innocent? You know how it feel to see your father run taxi and when you look on the internet, you see police beat your father, have him all and pull him a ground. You know how it feel, Mr. Vegas? Mr. Vegas, let me tell you this, you see? Me's a farmer. Yeah? And I come from bush one day. Let me reason with you. Me's a farmer. And I come from bush one day, Mr. Vegas. Me have a vehicle. Then, and you see a vehicle where me have. You can't leave a water pump a bush. Because you know a water pump, I dare something. A man will thief it. Then, me take up my water pump. Me cut 2 pop chow. I carry come on my yard. Me 2 pop chow with me pumpkin. And me spray pan. And my water pump. And police stop me. And give me a ticket. Give me a ticket for $3,500. Sorry. For $3,500. So, Mr. Vegas, you want to tell me, say, me I come from my bush with my water pump, my spray pan, my water boat, with my pumpkin, and my 2 pop chow. And police are give me a 3-5 ticket so me fi have a green plate. So what me if you do now, Mr. Vegas? More ask you the question, Mr. Vegas. What me if you do? Go call one vehicle man we have one green plate. Fi come carry my water pump with my spray pan and my 2 water boat with my pumpkin and my pop chow fi come on my yard. And that me if you go do? Go call one man we have a green plate. Fi go pay $8,000-9,000. If I carry my water pump on my yard and when I'm ready back tomorrow morning or the day when I say I go run water, if I pay back that the green plate man there again. Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas. Just leave Jamaican people and make a crush out. Just leave the poor people them. Because you're not poor people. You is no poor people. So leave poor people make we ball. Leave poor people make we do what we are do. You understand? Don't come in night. Don't come in night. You hear them say? Cockroach. No business in a full fight. If you're going in a full fight, you're going to get picked. So leave Jamaican people them, Mr. Vegas. Make them crush out and ball out. Here. Thanks.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Moving on. Listen to this.
Not the days where you were building on a piece of government land and the government wants that piece of land, so they move you and settle you somewhere else and then take the land that you are on. That is not happening. That is over.
I see a particular image of a newborn and the mother being displaced. These are the tragedies of our history. And it is one thing that history does is to repeat itself. And I am committed that our history is not repeated.
The JLP used this office to take back the land that was illegally settled on. And the PNP used the same office to give access to government lands that are not occupied.
Which is why I am unequivocal and very clear in not endorsing squatting and the illegal occupation of land. As a society, we must draw a line on this business of the illegal occupation of land.
Social relief, wealth, redistribution, and expanding access to land. This is the first Prime Minister, JLP, to take an actual page out of the PNP book. You said that I am PNP, but if I was a PNP, let me show you some comparisons that I would have made. The portfolio of land and housing is a portfolio that has always been held by previous PNP prime ministers like Michael Manley, P.J. Patterson, and Portia Simpson. Now, I want you to meet the first JLP prime minister to ever take this office.
At the same time, we need to turn a new page on how we make lands available to the people of Jamaica. Not just lands, but housing. The problem that we are having is that we are just not delivering enough housing solutions at the price and at the scale that people would want. The truth is that if the people who occupied Cooper's Pen, if they could have gone and gotten a house at a price point that they could manage, they would do it.
So, Dr. Andrew Holness is the first Prime Minister to directly hold the portfolio for land and housing. Historically, the JLP administration delegate these sectors to different cabinet ministers, but Holness is executing them directly under his administrative power. Let me read a little something for you. By absorbing these sectors into the office of the Prime Minister and his mega ministry, Holness broke JLP tradition. This structural pivot allowed him to maintain executive command over primary state projects, including National Housing Trust, frameworks, and the new social housing program. While other past prime ministers like Edward Seaga and Bruce Golding passed sweeping housing changes or broke ground on state projects, they utilized separate designated cabinet ministers such as Dr.
When I hear that chat, even they own a tradition. Even the tradition of the party. Andrew Holness break the tradition of the party and I do things theme way. That is why when him create NARA, I tell the people them say, see NARA is the vehicle where we can go King Street. Because remember NARA passing to bill now, you know. And NARA now build nothing in the West, you know. Nothing in a Centino, nothing in Hanover, you know. Remember NARA now build nothing, you know. And it pass into law, you know. You understand? Active and can't do anything. And it's still not do nothing. And me no say, and NARA I go bring him to King Street. Because the thing they can't tell me nothing. You know, they come out and talk about Vice Note this and Vice Note that. No, Vice Note can't do nothing with NARA. But then I try to see if them could make it. I don't know what them that do, then they hope for gain from this. I don't know what them that hope for even twist up face Dan Jackson. I don't know what them did hope for gain from this. Or even she. I don't know what she did hope for gain from this. But he never go nowhere. Only thing can stop NARA and Andrew Holness. And I him a stop NARA from go build back the people them place.
Chang under the Golding or separate housing ministry, rather than absorbing the portfolio directly into the office of the Prime Minister. I was very surprised to find out that there was a project that both JLP and PNP actually worked on for the benefit of Jamaican people. When Hurricane Gilbert blew, most people was devastated and they moved into a piece of land in St. Andrew. But afterwards, the PNP started a project called Operation Pride, to lot up the land, give them title, build house, give them water and light, because they didn't have any light on the property. Hence, it was called Moonlight City. But both parties work together and get the project finished in the honor of the Jamaican citizen. So the job of this portfolio is to plan where people would live, the lands that people can build on, whether it is housing land or it is agricultural land, right? The portfolio of this thing is to make sure that people does not live in waterways and on riverside and lands where they are in danger if a natural disaster should take place. So you know that lands that are in these disaster-prone areas would not be valid for development in this case.
How do we get more houses constructed in a formal community much faster at prices that people can afford? That is the real solution.
So the JLP said things like Project Pride is regularizing squatting, and they have a zero tolerance for things like that. So if you try it, we're going to bulldoze you, we're going to mash it down, and we're going to show you that we are not with it. This was not something that I am saying that should be done, but these people said that they have a zero tolerance. Zero.
Right? The solution can't be, which has been promoted by politicians in the past, which is you see that little piece of land there, one go say, and then afterwards we come and correct it. That's the genesis of this problem. That's the history that has repeated, that has gotten us here. The politicians who are talking now, they are a part of that problem. They were the ones who winked at people and told them, go and occupy the land, and then afterwards we correct it. I can swear here that I am not a part of that. And I see some of them talking now who are responsible for it. They are responsible for it. And now it has fallen to me to correct it.
He said things like this undermines the growth of Jamaica, and it must not be allowed to continue. So one party is saying zero tolerance to squatting, but before one was saying that you can occupy, then become legal. So this one is saying if you ever try it, we're going to bulldoze you, we're going to get you off it. Papers first before you make any move. So the JLP is saying no informal growth, land titles first. Build only on what is verified and clear. So they are taking back the settled on lands due to strict enforcement of titles. Titles first, building later. So, if you build on the government land without titles, him have the right to come bulldoze you. And if you build on a private man land without title, he have the right to come and bulldoze you. So make sure that we understand and move accordingly, because if you do this,
the people that hope the people them get it, you know. I hope the people them get it. Because I don't know the star. I just don't know. We have to out already. I saw something. Alright, I have something more right there. I have something more right there. Where it could have gone. I have something more to show now. In live? Let me see. My Prime Minister Mark going in live, you know. A TikTok? And then the YouTube. Yeah, man, in the YouTube. Yeah.
Partners in government. That is the Jamaica we would like to see built. We're not here to deny that we have seen some things done. We are here to ask whether enough has been done. Quickly enough for the people who are waiting. Jamaica needs a local government system in which recovery is decentralized. You know, I'm not checking minister to get something done. You have a mayor, you elected him to do the work, and your councillors are responsible people who you elected to put in charge. They should be properly financed. They should be measurable results. That would fit well with the broader local government vision of the Jamaica Youth of fundamentally rethinking the relationship between central government, municipal corporations, and citizens. So for too long, Jamaica has talked about local government reform, as though reform means changing an administrative procedure. I believe we need to change a philosophy. We need to move from local government to the locally empowered. From permission to participation, from bureaucracy to service, from paper to digital, from secrecy to transparency, from political discretion to predictable rules, from central control to local empowerment, and from treating citizens as petitioners to treating them as shareholders. In their
Pamela, big up yourself, you know.
That is the
Big up
vision
yourself. One flex,
that
big up
this
yourself. Big up everybody who
administration
check
would
you.
have for local government. The Jamaica we want cannot be built entirely from Kingston. It must be built in Hanover, in St. Elizabeth. It must be built in St. Mary and St. Catherine. It must be built in every village, every town, every community participating in every parish. Because the strength of Jamaica is not found only in the capital of Jamaica. So let this kind of a challenge to Jamaica. Do not ask us to settle for yesterdays. We want big tomorrows. Let us make Hanover the parish where Jamaica sees what modern local government can become. And we are going to work towards it. And let's begin tonight. God bless you.
Come on, put your hands together. A bigger round of applause than that. So much. And the Bible said, who have ears to hear? And who have a mouth to speak, let them speak. So when we go to our communities and hear people with a lie, you have to be able to stand up to say it is a lie from the pit of hell, because this is what is happening. And as you said earlier, many are saying, boy, if me may know. But if me may know, always come after. And that is why we want to show that we know if you may know. But the next time we know just what we know, what is to be known, to be done, right? And by the way, let me tell you something. You hear me know? By the way, all those who have water running in the pipe, put your hand in the air. What benefits again? Those who have water running nice in your pipe, put your hand in the air. All right. Those who have no water, put your hand in the air. See, no water. But let me tell you something, by the way. Tomorrow, at about 3 p.m., the minister in charge of water will be, I don't know if they will be in the new water something. We don't have the water, but he'll be here in Hanover, making sure that this is the water thing happening on the road. So I don't know if he's coming to open up something that have no water, but he'll be in Hanover tomorrow. While we have no, the people need. Right. And let me say it again. Let me turn around and continue again. The people need. I hope the minister here, when you come tomorrow, if you get the chance to go by to see him, to say, I don't know what to do here, but we need water. Amen. And now we're moving down nicely. We're going to come with to a lady who is a powerhouse. Unafraid, bold, brave, beautiful, open her mouth. Take up the mace and mash up the place. And it's not about the mace, but it's about ensuring that our voices are heard. And she traveled, this is one person of faith. You know, as you said, we don't put the mouth and grow when we talk. She changes the agenda to suit the people of Jamaica. And so, Hanover, I want you to welcome the first female party chairman of our own, Dr. Marcella Brownberg, chairman of the People's National Party, shadow minister for social protection and social transformation. Put your hands together and welcome her to the podium. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. To all the members of the head table, and in particular, the leader of the opposition, Mr. Mark Golding. It's hard to tell people that you're not to say all protocols observed, right? All of you are big people go up there and say, it is not correct. You are to greet everyone, and it should be enough. But when I am guest in Hanover, to my two sister colleagues, I can't just pass that stuff. You know what I mean? So I have to bring them up. Both MP Miller Bennett as well as MP Curtis. And Curtis and MP Lisa Garvey. Can I tell you, I came in today and I was kind of just listening. And I spoke to one or two persons coming in. And I sat there while others were speaking, and I was looking and listening to the reaction. And I don't know how government ministers go to them bed and sleep at night. Because I sat there with a heavy heart to know what you are going through. And I think somebody asked it, what you do them? But we know, don't you know one? Yeah, we know one. I gave them a shine with a nine. You remember that? But here what happened. You see, after they give them that money, it means that you have to stand up with them. It means that you have to be with them, beside them, behind them, and in front of them, so that they continue to have the courage to lick every ball that comes in front of them, not true. The equal everyone's foot was stand up and stop progress. And positive, that is not violence, right? I just want to declare, we are speaking metaphorically. Yeah? You saw that kind of syllabus school, you know, that's true. Yes, we are speaking metaphorically. Right? So the people man put it on coming out way, not true. But ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to be here today. I am here as a spokesperson on social protection and social transformation. And that's the one that comes always about stuff. So that's true. We're two council doesn't, you know that, right? So in my heart, I always have an appreciation for the work that councils do. Because they are there every day. And when this is the MP they want to say, the councillors are always closest to the ground. Yeah? And we know that. I true that. That's true. I true that. The good thing in Hanover is that 9 we have. So the 9 work as one. Now that's not good. Yes. 7 councillors, 2 MPs, 9 representatives working as one. That is the problem. Eh? No man, I didn't problem we are fixing. Tonight, that's what else tonight. We come back to that argument. That argument is not tonight argument. But that's their work towards. Because as long as there's a little thing that looks like a separation, them other people, they pour between that and pull us apart. So it is important for the 7 + 2 9 to work as no, you know, so they can do it.
The 79ers workers? Okay, good. Now you have that mandate. You know what I mean? Watch every one of them. And anyone is seen now work together as one, they call them. I said, listen, man, I want thing up here now. I want to know who the person is. Yeah? Because you vote for them and you put them there, they're working on your behalf. And you have to hold them accountable. But I don't know how many of you know that today, August 19th, is also celebrated as a World Humanitarian Day. And I thought it was a good coincidence to have this discussion with you about how government is responding to the Melissa victims, how they are responding to Hanover, who pay them taxes, right? Who are decent, law-abiding citizens on World Humanitarian Day. And so I am here, not just as a spokesperson, not just as an MP colleague, but I'm here as someone who has been listening to the stories coming out of Western Jamaica and Hanover, in particular about recovery post-Melissa. And I know, as we have heard, that to every mother, yes, in Sandy Bay, in Lucy, every farmer in Chester Castle, right? Every family, wherever they are, that's still waiting on an assessment. We are here today to say, we see you, and we are here for you, because we believe. And yes, you can say that 10 months, well, to me, it's almost 1 year. That's how we see it. It's almost 1 year. And 1 year, I believe, is just too long for so many of you to be without water. For so many persons to be with their tarp over their head, which should be temporary. Some still without boots. Some catching here, catching there, because the circumstances just aren't good enough where you are, because you are waiting on whether it's a roof program, the tarp program, or any other allocation. So we speak over here, and that's what we're talking about today. World Humanitarian Day is about strengthening the global solidarity, but more importantly, it is about empowering local communities. And the call is actually for all of us to act for humanity. You know what I mean? Right? If you're acting for humanity, it means that you recognize everybody, that human being. Yes? And that if you have a responsibility as minister, as spokesperson, as MP, that you're going to do all that you can to empower them, to make their lives better, to allow them to cope, yes, in this world. And so I'm glad to be having this conversation with you. I don't know if you see that or I see, but I believe that this government don't know how to act for humanity. From all that we have seen from them, they don't know how to be human. Because truly, I don't think they care. I don't think that they care. And, you know, some might say, well, maybe they don't care, because maybe it's true, not true. Pumpkin butter, all right. Pumpkin butter is okay. But you know, when they're upside down is okay, not true. So some places okay, and others are not. And today what we want to do is to talk about the others that are not, and to make the point that we are not willing to sit silently and allow that. Because the money that they're collecting from Jamaicans and well-wishers are supposed to go towards the medical victims. And you know what I say, they're not here and they're not acting for humanity. We can come back to minister. But from the minister just introducing for half a second what happened in Cooper Spec. You know what happened in Cooper Spec, naturally. Yeah? The truth is that Cooper Spec wasn't the first. Who remember 15 one time? Yeah. Who remember West Albion? Yeah? Pleasant Valley. Coral Spring, going all the way back. Yeah? Cover just Coral Spring. So we know that they have a history of not caring. We know that they have a history of being callous to Jamaicans. And if we are to be honest, most of the times when they behave like that, the Jamaicans that they're treating like that look like me. Yeah? Look like me and look like you. With the big head, not true. With the glorious skin that Marcus God tell us about. Yeah? Yeah? Look like me and you. If they are different, then treat them differently. But people like me and you, then treat them hug and down all the time. And I believe, yes, it is time for Jamaicans to get up and say no more. We can't just don't celebrate Marcus Garvey's birthday and sit down and just take everything like the nothing and it's okay. Marcus returning in his grave, if he knew that we sit down quietly and we're not marching up and down to get rid of them. He would turn in his grave if he knew that when the minister of water talks, some people are up there with some placard that says Hanover Water.
Like them thing I freeze up, chat. Like them thing I freeze up, I don't know. I don't know one. A Pegasus at work. This look like a Pegasus at work, man.
To Hanover to send to some other places. Like I said, there are other places that are better than Hanover. Not true, but I leave that with you. So, let me also say this. The whole of the state of the disaster like medicine, I'll come back to medicine now. When something like medicine happens, tell the scene in 3 steps. They need to show up fast, tell the people what's happening, and walk with them to recovery. Show up fast, tell the people what's happening, and walk with them to recovery. And on all 3 counts, the government has failed. All 3 counts. And what that then needs your members of parliament to do is to do extra work. Because what they have to do, which they've started doing, is to make a list of everybody who got some kind of damage. And then to follow up to see what you have or you have not done. And I'm going to tell you, because I know as an MP how difficult that task is. You kind of really want to do it, you know why? Because everybody you speak with is going to believe that you are responsible for giving them some kind of assistance. So you don't really want to do it. But there's no other way to do it. Because if you don't take the time to identify everyone, you cannot stand up in Parliament, you cannot go to the minister to say, Minister, is 1,000 people affected, it's only X that I see. You see this argument about the cluster, you're living in cluster? Party leader, we have to do something about it. We have been saying to the government that the system that they have should be one that allows anybody who was affected to call a number, speak to a person, and get clear indication of where the processing of their application is. And to tell us that they are not approved is not enough. It is not enough. You have to tell us why we are not approved. If you say we are part of a cluster house, you have to tell us what that means. Because when I asked, here's what they tell me, say cluster mean. Cluster just mean that is a whole heap in a different room that make up a yard or a house. Now I don't know about it. But where I come from, I know that is normal thing. And I know that those are different families and should be considered as different homes. I know that. But those people are looking about this thing here. They don't know that because they live in an ivory tower. They live in an ivory tower. So they don't know what is happening on the ground. To know that yes, my sister, my cousin, my brother live right here, so with them own a family, taking them own other people with them, and we all have separate homes, although we live right here. So, and to stay from far, I think it's our house. And it cannot be right for that description of a multi-family household to be struck from getting a benefit from government when they really need it. Because chances also are, in many of those cases, you're living so tight because you can't afford to buy one big house family where you want the public with takers. Not true. Right? So that level of discrimination, we should not and we cannot allow. We cannot. So we are going to have to find that way to identify all of those cases. Maybe take some pictures of what some of those cluster homes look like, what the families look like, and ask, why is this house, this building, that house is 3 families, all of them struck because they live too close to one another. Not in this Jamaica. So I think that these are some things that we are going to have to do. We are going to have to tell the story, and we are going to have to put to the rest of Jamaica what the circumstances are that the ministers do not understand, and therefore do not know how to deal with those things. Yeah? I also want to say, we have also been asking that for those persons who don't know whether they were visited or not, who don't know if they are on a list. Yeah? How do you get there? It cannot be too late for an individual who has suffered damage from Melissa to put their name on a list when the reality is there, the proof is there, the evidence that the house was there before Melissa, not there anymore. As simple as that. And I believe that again, with all the risks involved, we have to identify those individuals, make a case, and we should not stop until those cases are addressed. One of the things that I like about the celebration of World Humanitarian Day is that there is a focus, as I said, on empowering local communities, and they believe that a crisis cannot be effectively dealt with unless you empower local leaders and bring them in as part of the solution. And that was one of the missing steps with the government. I believe that they did not have the confidence, yes, to bring in local leaders. Your MPs, your coaches, your church leaders, your business leaders, your community leaders who are here. If they set up a system that's transparent, it doesn't matter who the individuals are who are helping. Not true. Because you ask for names, you ask for proof, you ask for that, and it will be there. They did not do that. And so now we are in a bind and we have to find a way out. You know why we have to find a way out? We have to find a way out because it is not fair to abandon victims, women, children, families who have lived their lives as law-abiding Jamaicans, honest working Jamaicans, who, because of Melissa, have found themselves in need. Individuals who ordinarily would never beg you nothing, wouldn't ask you for help, fix them room before, wouldn't ask you for food for nothing. But because of Melissa and the damage, they now find themselves where they never thought they would be. One of the things that keep playing in my mind is a 72-year-old pensioner who said that he fixed up his house as he was retiring and was prepared to live a good life in retirement. And then Melissa came and destroyed his house. He said he has absolutely no way of rebuilding his home. He just doesn't have it. He's now in retirement, living on a very small income, and he spent everything he had when he was living. I don't believe that we, as elected representatives, can sit down and pretend that all is well and abandon a Jamaican like that man in his time of greatest need. We can't do it. And when I tell you, because your MPs talk about how hard it is to push, I'm sure they talk about how brave and courageous we are in Parliament, but I want to tell you some of the truth. Sometimes when we speak, we are victimized. Yeah? Sometimes when we speak, there are ministers who believe we should be nice to them if we want to get things for our people. So often it's a balance that we have to make. But we are here tonight because we understand that the task we have taken on as leaders, political leaders in this country, means that we too have to make personal sacrifice for the individuals who have placed their faith and trust in us to bring them in. But I say it so you understand. And I say it also so that you know that every time you see your MPs and your councillors on the road, give them a little word of encouragement. Because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lonely, lonely road. Sometimes it is only your faith in the Most High that keeps you going. Sometimes it's a word of prayer that is said to you that made you say, yes, I can start today as I really want to start today. So I'm asking you, no matter what you do, all that you want, trust them. Every now and again, send a word of prayer. Every now and again, ask them how they are doing and listen. Don't just ask and keep going because they need your support. I want to make sure that my party leader come and talk. So I want to leave one of the things with you. I know that the MPs are starting a listing of the individuals who have suffered damage. I want to encourage them to complete that list. And I want in particular to identify those individuals who don't know whether they are assessed or not assessed. I want you to also pay attention to those who have no idea what is happening with a request that they sent in. As a spokesperson for social protection and social transformation, and I know naturally we make the same commitment as well as a party, we will ensure that whatever ministry and agency you need to go to make those demands, to get those answers, that we are there with you as well. Because we are using Hanover as a test case. We are not going to allow the government. Look at Cooper Spend. I passed Cooper Spend today, and I had to go down there and look and see the condition. And then you see the tape when they put up there? Yes. You know that those are the things that should have been coming to hurricane. So they can't give hurricane victims. But they send them people to lift up people out, people start crying, and books end up here. We cannot allow them to continue using the funds that they get for minister victims as they have a mind. We must ask for accountability and we must ask for transparency. In fact, roundabout now, we are asking them for every single account that you have, every single contribution that you get already. We want to see how it was spent. We want to see how it is being spent. All of them, that the money that you have in the bank, going interest. We want to know how you're going to spend that interest. We want to see the interest as it is accruing. So we know whether it's $1, $2, $3, $5, and $10. So we can then determine and see where it goes. And I'm asking you to stand with us as we ask for those questions. Because we cannot allow the government to get away with it. So as we celebrate World Humanitarian Day, I want to remind you that it is about local leaders helping in cases where humanitarian aid is required. You were not given the opportunity last time to do it, but you are still able to do it as you go about the horrible process, getting the information, following up, and supporting your MPs and councillors to get the information and not stopping until every single hurricane victim has received some kind of compensation.
Lots of information on World Humanitarian Day. I want to give Dr. Angela Thornburg a big round of applause. And she said something as we listened to all that happened. And I got so sad when we listen to what is happening around, and especially when all these things about Hanover are coming to the fore. And when she said, remember that these member of parliament and those that are elected, that there's someday when the struggle is so hard, that they feel that they can't go on. And sometimes the little text and the little message matter. And so instead of tearing them down, let us listen, try to build them up. Because one thing she said, the nine shine, and we want them to keep shining. And so with our encouragement, they'll keep shining. So tomorrow, send your council a little text and your MP a text and tell them that you're praying for them. Because we have mandated them and we know that you do well. So, thank you so much. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a moment now for us to listen. When communities are hurting, when families are rebuilding, and when people are asking for answers, leadership matters. And leadership is not about simple holding a title. It is about having the vision to see beyond the crisis, the courage to speak the truth to power, and the commitment to stand with the people. Today we have a man with us who have dedicated himself to public service and national leadership. A man who understands the politics, and politics must ultimately be about the people. A man who, when they walk out, take the parliament into the public space. A man who is not afraid and will stand up and advocate for the people of Jamaica. I heard somebody recently said, one market G on the app. He is the president of the People's National Party, the leader of the opposition, and a leader who carries a vision for Jamaica where there's dignity and integrity, and where every community and every person is a smiling. Hanover, let us welcome a party president. Oh, Marco, wherever you are, stand up and give them a Hanover welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Master of Ceremonies. I've been told that you can't say all protocols observed. So I must acknowledge our two members of Parliament for Hanover, our Mayor, my MP colleagues, our councillors who are here, and all of the citizens of Hanover who have come out to share with us and to have this discussion and dialogue this afternoon going into evening. I am not proposing to make a big speech because part of the purpose of this occasion is to hear from you and for you to have the opportunity to talk to us and us to reply and hear so you can share and get the benefit of the information coming from the people. But what I would start by saying is this. I think the government's response to this disaster called Melissa is shockingly bad. It is really atrocious. When it first happened and the world was looking at Jamaica and all the NGOs locally and from foreign came in and foreign governments were paying a lot of attention, things were happening to some extent. But after Christmas into the new year, people moved on. And the people who had suffered the damages from the hurricane felt abandoned. The government has had no cohesive, proper process for getting Jamaica back on its feet, especially Western Jamaica, including Hanover. So you've had this little haphazard approach like the roof program, where you have so many people who have suffered damage, who have submitted their names, who have been assessed but haven't yet received a benefit. You have the THARP program for tourism workers, names submitted, all rejected. You have nothing for the business community, especially the small businesses that have been damaged. Is it any wonder that Jamaica is in a deep recession? Is it any wonder that we've had 3 consecutive quarters of negative growth, 9 months of negative growth, with 3 more months ahead of us? Well, we're really the 4th quarter now of this period I'm speaking about, projected to be negative as well. So that by the end of September, Jamaica will have experienced 1 year of negative growth. How can you expect anything different when the government sees a disaster and does not respond in a comprehensive way to get people back on their feet? And I must tell you, we heard the announcement last December about this massive envelope of international funding, $6.7 billion that would be there to reconstruct Jamaica. But Jamaica needs reconstruction now. It needed it yesterday and the day before. And we're not seeing anything being done to get this thing going. They conceptualized NARA. NARA was originally supposed to be the response to Hurricane Melissa damage. It has nothing to do with Hurricane Melissa. NARA is a way that the government is trying to deal with a situation that they failed to deal with for the 10, 11 years coming up that they've been in power, where they have not been able to create an environment where the economy is growing at any meaningful pace. And they're saying, well, the reason for that is because things take too long and the bureaucracy is too inflexible. And therefore, NARA is going to be a way that Andrew Holness as Prime Minister can, if necessary in his mind, circumvent and get around any bureaucratic hurdle and just push everything through. But we are not even going to know because it's not going to be made public when those powers are exercised. There's no accountability in the structure of NARA. And private investors investing over 15 million US can apply to be put on a list that they can get the benefit of the push through of their projects. That's a recipe for corruption. That's a recipe for corruption. In the meantime, 9-10 months past since the hurricane, NARA is not even functional. The person was chosen by the government and hired to run NARA, visiting Peru to go look at what Peru did in response to some flooding back there. But that NARA is not yet, in effect, doing anything for the people. And the economy is in a terrible condition. And then, what's more, what else is going on makes you feel like Jamaica is not a place where the people really matter. So you have situations like what is happening in Cooper's Spain, where some long-standing court order is suddenly enforced. And the police go into the community in the wee hours of the morning, scrape up the man them in the community, carry them and go lock them up in Falmouth jail. And then the bulldozers coming with more police, knock down the people in the house. And it's only after that process is finished, they release the man them and they don't charge them anything because they haven't done anything wrong. Now, and then of course, the MP says she never know nothing about it. Government claim they don't know. So how is it then they have helicopter in the sky and so much police involved in enforcing a private man's court order? It's not credible. Then we have this speech, I think I'm calling Jacob. I don't remember the name of the beach. The beach beside Silver Sands, where people have been occupying, doing business on that beach, structures have been erected, they've been there for many years. And all of a sudden, all these notices to quit are put on their structures. The notices are in the name of the NRCA, Natural Resource Conservation Authority, as owner. That's very strange. Is NRCA really the owner of that property? I don't believe so. I don't know NRCA is no big landowner of valuable land along the beach. So you have the state working in that way, no consultation with the people again. People's livelihoods under threat, their investment under threat, and the state is not there to help them. The state is oppressing them. And we saw it in Clifton, in Bernard Lodge. We saw an attempt in Loidas Vale, at a place in Pleasant Hill. And we've seen it in other parts of the country. And that is why I'm saying we need a proper inquiry into how rights in relation to land are enforced where people have occupied land for long periods of time and have invested and are relying on that for their own personal well-being. It can't just be that you just enforce private rights with no regard for the rights of the people who are there. And the role of the state is to balance those things fairly. So these are some of the things that we see going on. And we want to see a better Jamaica. We want to see a Jamaica where access to beaches is dealt with in a way that gives our people a feeling that they are part of the country. It can't be a situation where we continue to allow development in a way that excludes our people from their own access to the beauty of the country. Mistakes have been made along the way. Most political parties have made mistakes along the way. But that is no reason for us now to continue to worsen our situation, which is already bad. Now is the time to fix it. We've seen other things. Corruption is a big problem in the country. of a situation where now the Prime Minister's own personal finances can be signed off on as being in order by the anti-corruption agents. We have another situation where a minister in cabinet has been recommending a prosecution for serious offense of corruption is allowed to stay in cabinet and challenge that matter in court. That is not the system that we operate. When there is a cloud over you, you take for yourself until you have indicated your name. And then you can come back at that point. So how can the people in this country have confidence in this government? When there's so many things going on that indicate that they're not governing for the people. The way they deal with Melissa victims. Since I came here this evening, I met a couple of people who've told me their own situation. Serious damage to their homes. Nothing has been done to help them. That can't be right. And then the economy is in contraction mode because people are suffering. And people can't get their lives back together. Businesses cannot thrive in an environment where the people who are the customers are suffering so badly. The government their economic policy is failing because their economic policy is not tackling these issues. In fact, it's making them worse. So we're in a spiral, a negative spiral, a downward spiral, and there's no government policy that is seeking to do anything to reverse that spiral. So we are here as the opposition, and we're not perfect. We say something, sometimes things are said that should not be said. That's the nature of the modern world where communication is so pervasive. But we are never going to bulldoze at people's house and drive them up into the worst poverty. We will never do that. And we are committed to building a society where all of the people in this country, especially those who have historically suffered from the system, are looked after, that their rights are protected, and that they can step up in life and be whatever they want to be and are prepared to work towards. Because the people of Jamaica are who we are about. That's why we are called the People's National Party. People come first, but we're national too. So all Jamaicans are welcome if they come with a clean heart and want to see the country progress. So I'm going to pause now because I want us to have some time to hear from you guys, our audience who have come to participate. And you can say what you want to say or ask what you want to ask, and we will try our best to respond. So, Madam Master, sir.
Thank you so much. Spoken like a true leader and a visionary leader. And the people say, amen, amen. You know, every time that I hear when we talk about these things, and you know, as I sat there and just for a moment reflect about what is happening in our parish, in your communities, and how uncaring this government is. And just a moment reflect that it's nowhere near election, but we have a set of a party and a leader and a team that cares, that wants to hear about the people. It's not about no election gimmicks. It is about putting people first. And so we are very honored to be able to be a part of this conversation. And so it is now your time to speak. Let your voices be heard. There are some microphones, and I'm going to ask you to come to the middle, where it may not be, based on the way the media is. I'm going to ask the person with the microphone to come to the side, so that you can ask your questions. So just line up for me on the side that way, Unfortunately, we can't do it at the middle. So you go to the side, if you have a question, make your way over to the side, and the microphone will be handed to you, and you ask your questions. May I have the microphone, please? We are going to get going while we're waiting on the microphone. So, is the microphone ready, please? All right. In the interest of time, this is all right, so let's take the microphone with you, please. Over there. Right.
Good evening, everyone. This is Comrade Scarlett. I'm a runner. And you carry me. I will be back here.
All right, okay. So remember, we're keeping the questions as it relates to Hurricane Melissa and the recovery process and the questions. We heard them posed today. We heard about garbage, we heard about water, we heard about the roofs program. So that's where we're going to take it from. Is the microphone on now? All right, tell you what, let's come and use this microphone. Come listen. All right, on the side.
Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to say hail and special welcome to the party leader, Mark Gifford. My good friend, Andrea Perkins, Member of Parliament for Eastern Annaba, Eda Miller, Western Annaba, His Worship, the Mayor, distinguished guests on the platform. No, I did not come here to talk about politics, because we have to leave that a little bit, right? But what I am here about is that it's almost a year since Melissa. My rooftop gone complete. I had to sleep with my vehicle and my family for 1 week. People from the NIS office came to my house. They get all relevant documents. They come to my house. After waiting, can't get no help, I call. They are saying to me that my PRN need to get updated. So I said, no, something wrong. What's wrong with my PRN? They said, my name, yes, your name is on the list, but you have to come to Lucy. I drove to Lucy, and believe you me, After speaking to one of the guys in front of me, take my documents, write up, I wait for 1 hour and a half. They said they was in a meeting. Then they called me inside. And you know what they said to me? Mr. Martin, your house has not been processed. We only have your name and telephone number. I said, oh, what are you talking about? The big man in the place called a lady. The lady stepped in. The man said, "You're aware of this situation?" She said, "Yes." So then the man said to me, "Mr. Homeboy, the government stopped the payment. And I want to take this platform to ask the most honorable Prime Minister Andrew Willis, is this in Eastern Anambra handpicked or a looking at yes or politically? Please investigate it for me. Thank you very much.
So much, Mr. Martin. Chairman, you updating. Chairman, you updating. He's asking if it's a looking of this, is it politically motivated? Or is it here from somebody else?
My house was totally damaged. They come and verify. They call when they were doing the first handover. But they told take my number, so they will call me, make sure I get the check. It's 9 o'clock. I go there, only thing they tell me, you're on the list. Not today, not tomorrow. I even went on Perkins online, and Mr. Perkins calling. Still no answer, we can't get from him. Still waiting.
Still waiting. Still waiting. And by the way, that's how the man whose house was totally, everything in her house was completely demonic. And she was on the list. And she was still waiting. Oh, she was on the program for the 10 persons. And she's still waiting.
Present evening leader of the opposition, powerful women, minister, chairperson, Ms. Miller, your worship, the mayor, councillor, faithful people of Hanover, good evening. I am here this evening, and as they would have said, if not hot body enough cyanide, as an neighborhood cyanide, right? The ministers, they have talked about the garbage. And I am here to speak of Hanover with the garbage collection. It is deplorable. Hurricane has passed, and we have recovered. Yes, we are recovered because we are alive, but we are not recovering. I've seen so many rats because of the garbage. You're at NBC Law, that we run from it because they don't want them to. So I am wondering, I don't want to be rude, but I think they are using the bulldozers for the wrong purpose. Because if the garbage truck is not coming, and I spoke with one garbage truck collector, and I've seen the garbage truck 9 months, almost 10 months since the hurricane, and the garbage truck only come 5 times. I've seen one of the garbage collectors in Lucy, and he said there is only one truck. One truck. And that's the truck from Hopewell. They have to be married from Western to Eastern Hanover. I think, and I don't know if Facebook and Instagram is is facing this evening and TikTok is TikToking. But ministers, please to tell them that they are using the bulldozers for the wrong reason. I think if the truck is not coming, they can use the bulldozers to come and do some of the work in Western Vancouver. I thank you.
Maria, we have heard the roof, there's a garbage, and it's time for you to speak. And if there are more concerns, do come and let your voice be heard. Don't be afraid. You can come to the microphone. That's a t-shirt.
Mr. Chairman, a member of Parliament, my coming leader, good night. When I come back from water and car, right now from December, the tractor come here about. And up to now, they don't fix it that way. I talked to my comrade chairman about it, same time to them. It's even the argument that I get is that he don't even think it's an emergency. When they turn on the water, it's coming like a river running on the road. The water commission come up there and then dig up some part of the road and then let it there, the water is going. And over 10 years now, we can get the water in the place. Which I talked to my committee, member of Parliament about it, and the chief regional chairman, and I would like we to come together and make a resolution to get the water. Because from the government change, that you have enough to the water. Caps, legal, friendship, were so then, I'm looking forward, and I'm looking for my member of Parliament and for something tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, okay. Do we have coming in more? Move to Western. Good evening to all present. I stand on behalf of the community of Cascade, Hanover, Mr. Hanover. And it is somewhat unfair this in our culture, but I must commend my MP, Andrea Perkins, for a new person in government, in politics. She is a tower to be reckoned with. From the day after, the morning after Melissa, she has been on the ground until now. And she has really rallied with the people of Eastern Hanover. So I want to commend her and say to us in Eastern Hanover, 4 years to be done. So you know what to do. I have some things here. Garbage collection. Mr. Mayor, there is a place in Cascade here, in Patty here. That section has been not having garbage collection. The people has to be finding means and ways of getting. We can't put all the burden on our MP because this has nothing to do with the MP. Even though for the Cascade Center, but where the garbage student is, every time full over, I take one picture saying, "Look, you have." And I can rely on at least 2 days, the garbage truck is there. But Patty Hill needs to have a garbage collection. So please, love it for the people of Patty Hill for Jesus. Another section, I know it is not our MP's rule, but through the parish house, it's a parish house rule. And I pray that Mr. Garvey could speak to the Minister of Local Government on this purpose. The road that leads to the Brownsville Early Primary School and Primary Infant School and the Cascade Clinic is in a deplorable condition. It is the worst road to know that two very important buildings are on that road. I have to pick up my daughter, who is not, she's not as strong as me, who works there. If I don't take her there, or the taxi take her there in the morning, she cannot get there because she can't walk. I have to go for her after work, and the little vehicle may have very soon done because the road is in a terrible condition. So please, Madam Henry, lobby on behalf of the Cascade, the road to the Cascade Community Center and the Brownsville Primary and Infant School. I assure you that we will continue to work alongside our enemies,
Stream it took a bit long, but
and we will continue.
I get tired. I thought for the press the poster side to my ear. I go worse some mercy up, see me? For go on the road. Look at my ear.
We were asked if we get water.